Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing our April full moon shadow work reading. Okay, so the full moon, 23rd of April. It is the full moon in Scorpio, commonly called the pink moon. Okay, it's all about transformation, spiritual growth, and sensual pleasure this month. Okay, of shedding those old skins, the things that are no longer helping you, and emerging as a more powerful and authentic version of yourself. You should probably expect quite a lot of heightened intuition coming from, emotional stuff at the moment here. Your inner wisdom really coming through very strong at the moment. This full moon does really open up a deeper understanding of yourself, as well as, giving you the opportunity to nurture and deepen not only the connection with yourself, but others around you. But definitely we will be seeing heightened intuition at the moment. So really making sure we are listening to our intuition at the moment around the 3 or 5-day period, depending on what you sort of follow there, with that full moon in the middle. So the last couple of days, you may have already sort of started having a few hits with your intuition, and that's sort of, heightening right on the cusp of that full moon, and then following through for a couple of days as well with that energy. So really listen to your intuition at the moment, as well as, we've just gone through eclipse season. So anything that has sort of started, the energy that has sort of been created from eclipse season, at the start of the month, following that through, looking at how that has changed things for you, what has sort of, I feel like for a lot of people, there's been some snowballing energy from, sort of things starting to get set into motion during the eclipses there, at the end of March and the start of April, and then sort of watching how that has sort of been snowballing the energy for you, and this full moon really allowing that you to sort of take your own personal empowerment from that and follow that energy through in a positive kind of way. So super positive there. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Make sure you leave a comment on one of my videos if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. We'll be drawing that very, very soon. We're down to only like 3 subscribers away from drawing that. So make sure you do leave a comment if you want to go in the draw. For the shadow work reading this month, I'm not actually using my normal shadow work deck this month. I've decided to sort of get our overviews using the Kipper deck, as well as that Yin Yang Oracle. All right, so having a look at some more, general aspects that may be sort of coming to light for the full moon for you, and then delving into that with the lenormand. I'm using the red hand lenormand. So as we know, with the full moon energy, I do like to use this particular deck. It does have quite a lot of extra cards and does have some of the darker kind of messages that we like to see with the shadow work, because all about, facing the darker sides of yourself, and enabling yourself to incorporate those darker aspects into yourself, and empowering yourself from, incorporating both the positive and negative energies within yourself, for your self-growth, self-improvement, all that sort of stuff, healing especially as well. So, keep that in mind. Some of these readings, can be quite confronting if it's stuff you're not quite ready to hear yet. But I do like to always let people know that, if something does trigger you, it's because there's something for you in that. So just be aware of that as well. If you do find it a bit confronting, triggering, that there may be a reason for you to be looking at that particular thing, or looking at your reaction to that, and why is that triggering you, specifically, asking yourself those harder questions, and looking at that in that sort of a light as well. Of course, if it is a bit too confronting, you're more than welcome to check a different placement. Usually your moon sign on the full moon's quite strong, of course, but also, to come back when you're in a better frame of mind to actually look at those messages if you know that there's something in there for you. Okay, but as always, I will be taking timestamps, and we are going to start with Well, it's the full moon in Scorpio, so I might actually start with Scorpio today, and we'll go on through. I know we are in Taurus season as well, but I'm just going to throw it out there that we're going to start off with Scorpio today. Okay. So obviously timestamps are always in the description box anyway, so you're more than welcome to jump ahead to your sun sign or moon sign, whatever you're looking at there. Okay, so starting off for Scorpio, just making sure I've got the correct timestamp there for you, Scorpio. Looking at shadow work for Scorpio. Shadow work for Scorpio. What aspects does Scorpio need to look at in their life for their shadow work? Starting off with the Kipper deck here. Okay, so with the Kipper deck, we are seeing the main female energy coming through. For some of you, that is going to be you. So looking deep within yourself, straight away that for a lot of you, that's probably going to be you yourself. If you identify as the main female in your own life, for others of you, if you're somebody who deals with females and whatnot, this definitely could be a partner, a potential partner. The way you look at feminine energy, your mother, that kind of stuff as well. But I do feel for a lot of you, it's looking at the feminine aspects within yourself, yourself as the main female here, looking within. Okay, so if you don't identify as a feminine energy, regardless of gender here, if you don't identify as a feminine energy, that is maybe what you're needing to look at is finding that feminine energy within yourself. We also see great fortune coming through. So we're definitely looking at an aspect here of, concern over fortune and financial aspect as well. So we'll come back to that with the Lenormand as well, but I'll grab your yin yang oracle out and see if we've got any of those lining up for you here, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, main aspects for Scorpio to consider for shadow work, please. Okay, so we are seeing the mirroring energy there, the reflection and projections energy. So for a lot of you, this is connecting to this main female energy, looking deep within yourself, looking at the things that do trigger you, the things that, you're kind of projecting onto others. So if you're seeing things about other people that you're not necessarily happy about, that quality in that person, is that actually a reflection of something within yourself that you're not facing? Is kind of the question we would ask with that. I'm also seeing the fire energy. So that refers to Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So in this sort of a reading, it does talk about, there may be a specific person that you're dealing with as that main female energy that is reflecting some of these negative qualities back at you and triggering you a little bit here. But I do feel for a lot of you, this is asking you to look at the way that you look at passion towards feminine energy, or from your feminine energy. There's something to be looked at here with the fire and the passion within you. Okay, when it comes to, I feel like once again, this is all connecting to that main female energy. Okay, so, if you are connecting as a feminine energy and that is identifying as yourself, to be looking at, how you express passion and desire, those sorts of emotions, that fire within you for those sorts of things. We're also seeing the fire within you to aspire to great fortune is coming through a little bit here as well with that great fortune energy. That that there's this it's this fire within you, Scorpio, that you're really striving to achieve certain things in your life and sort of questioning yourself around those ideals at the moment, because we also have the cosmic purpose card, the North Node, coming through there as well. So there is something strongly connecting you here, to understanding and understanding your deeper purpose here, your cosmic sort of purpose and cosmic energy here, your fire and passion towards great fortune. Is it just passion towards fortune and being rich and being wealthy? Or is there an actual underlying passion that you are following in order to gain that? Okay, I feel like it's asking you to really consider how you look at money here. And are you looking at, do you have a passion just for the money? What is it about having money that makes you passionate towards that? Or is it that you have this purpose in life and you're wanting great fortune from that? It's kind of questioning you a little bit here, and really sort of questioning you to look at what you're projecting when it comes to these things as well. So we'll delve into the Lenormand a bit here, and see if we can get into that in a bit more clear detail. Scorpio, shadow work for Scorpio. The heart, as well as the key. And I do have another card here as well, but the heart and the key, that's asking you straight up. We're asking you this question. I feel like this week, this month's shadow work readings, it's asking the questions to you, and you needing to ask. Like I said in the intro, this full moon really is about opening up to your inner wisdom, having that intuition to know these things, and to really follow a deeper understanding of yourself. And I feel like my role for you this month is just to question you and put these questions in your mind here. And the question I'm seeing here with the heart and the key is, why is success so close to your heart? This great fortune, success, why is this, is it the success and the fortune that you love, or is there a greater purpose here? This fire within your soul, this fire in your heart, is it coming from just money and success? Is there more to it than just that? I feel like for a lot of you're so focused on the money and the success that you're not understanding where the true purpose is linking in there, that you're feeling a bit lost to the true purpose of your soul here, and of what your heart is so passionate and fiery for here, because you're focusing so much on telling yourself that it's just the money that you're focusing on, but it seems to be something deeper here that you need to sort of open up to. The key and the heart combination, it really does ask you to open up your heart to yourself here as well. Really get down into the nitty gritty of your heart space, and the emotions that you're connecting with here, because I'm feeling strongly here, Scorpio, that it's more than just the money. It's more than just the money. You've got some sort of emotional connection that you are kind of pushing down, and you need to open your heart to yourself and go down deep within what it is, truly within your heart, your true desires here, within your emotion and your heart space, rather than just continually telling yourself that it's all about money, all about success. You need to dig a little bit deeper into that for yourself. We also have the book here, okay? So the book is kind of asking you to, is this the narrative that you truly want to write, that money is the most important thing to you? Is there, what is the deeper meaning? There's some knowledge, some education, some research you need to do about yourself here, when it comes to the deeper layer of, why are you striving so hard just for money? What are you going to gain from this? If overnight you became a millionaire, Scorpio, what would you do next? Where would your purpose drive you to go from there? If you all of a sudden you had every single success and monetary goal that you have been trying to aim for, if they were achieved, what comes next? What else? What else is there for you? If that's all you're striving towards in this lifetime, it's kind of asking you, like, I'm getting this element here of reminding you that you can't take that into the next life with you. You know, money is not always forever. You know, it's there's something deeper that you're kind of allowing yourself to miss out on, because you're not finding that deeper purpose. It seems to have this very surface level money, success, success, success. But why is that success important? Why is the money goal important? What are you going to do with that? Once you hit that goal, is the goalpost going to actually end? Or, you know, like, is it actually going to get you what you want in your life? You know, I'm getting that phrase, money can't buy happiness. There's something else missing, and you're refusing to dig deep to reveal that to yourself. So this is the question I've got for you. That, you know, what is it? What is that secret purpose, that true hidden desire that you've got? What do you think the money is going to get you? You know, on that other realm of things, that, you know, the love, the, you know, the energy, the deeper purpose to your life here. You know, what is that for you, Scorpio? Time to, you know, look in the mirror a little bit and look deeper at yourself, and really ask yourself, you know, what is the purpose of the money? What is the ultimate purpose behind striving so hard for money? It does seem to be the message I'm getting for you here, Scorpio, but, you know, you are more than welcome to check your other placements. Like I said, your moon sign generally quite strong during the full moon. But that's what we have for you. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. Okay, moving on to our Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to be aware of for shadow work? Shadow work for our Sagittarius, please. Okay, I'm just going to get both your oracle decks out, the Kipper and the Yin Yang oracle out, before we delve into this a bit here, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, shadow work message for Sagittarius, please. Seeing some dark, definitely getting some shadow work messages here for you. Firstly, we've got the message of concern, as well as the coffin energy. Neither of those are, you know, like, I know a lot of people may look at that and immediately freak out a little bit, but I'll let you know straight away. The coffin energy, it's always about death and rebirth, things ending, in order to have new beginnings in your life here. So with the message of concern here, we're seeing that there may be actually somebody around you who is a little bit concerned about you at the moment here, Sagittarius, that this may be yourself. You may be receiving a concerning sort of message in regard to something needing to end. You know, it's kind of giving me the vibes of, you know, someone sending you a message and letting you know, look, we can't be friends. This job is getting closed out. You know, that something is coming to an end within your life. So you may be receiving a message, or have recently received a message, or have recently had some sort of ending that has sort of left you in concern here. I do feel that for some of you, this is somebody worried about you, worried about how you're dealing with an ending. Yeah, it's there is a reason that, like, and I feel like this is you, in some ways, this is you stuck on an ending. You're unable to, you know, fully close the lid on that coffin and move into the rebirth. and you kind of a little bit stuck on the ending rather than the opportunities that has, brought you within the energy. So I am getting here that there is a message of concern that, someone is concerned that you're not letting go of something, or of something that you have, lost, a cycle in your life that's been closed out, something that has ended in your life. Okay. But I am seeing that, because we do have the toxicity, the bound, the patterns energy. Okay. So someone is seeing you, whether this is you yourself, you may be the one, giving yourself this message of concern of, why can I not let go of this? Why am I still bound to this ending? And you kind of feeling maybe self-aware that this is toxic for me to be rehashing this, continually, because we also have the memories and the nostalgia card here. So that sort of shows me that, you are kind of bound to this. You are rehashing this continually. You're holding on to the memory of something that no longer exists in your life. And you're allowing it to become a pattern, a toxic pattern for you, where you, the more that you're holding on to that thing, that, the more you're keeping yourself bound to this without letting it go, you're actually inviting that to come back around, those same emotions to come back around, in different things. You're holding yourself to that pattern. It's kind of like that energy of, for example, if what has ended is a toxic relationship, because you're holding on to that so strongly, you're inviting in another toxic relationship. It may be a totally different person, but the energy is the same. And you're setting a pattern for yourself here. So there is strong need for you to, let go. I'm getting here. Stop keeping yourself bound to the memory of something that is not present in your life. The reason you're holding on to that, and this is what I feel like you're needing to face here with your shadow work, is it's because of limitations and fears. Your fears are limiting you to keeping you bound, limiting you to feeling as though I deserve to be stuck in this pattern. I deserve this toxicity. I deserve to be like stuck in this memory. You're limiting yourself from the rebirth. You're closing off that energy being turned into something brand new for you, and being reborn in a totally, positive way for you here, because of your fear. Your fear that, in the example of the toxic relationship that has ended, your fear is that the next relationship I get into, what if they're just the same? And the more that you hold that fear, the more you're actually inviting that in. You're actually limiting yourself to that same energy. So, you're keeping yourself on that wavelength, which invites, like attracts like. So you're kind of inviting it in a way. So it's really asking you to look at this issue of what you're stopping yourself from being able to achieve because of your fear. And what is it that you're not able to let go of? You're keeping yourself bound to something that is no longer in your life. It's coming through as memories and nostalgia. So it's just a memory of something. It's not current in your life. It's not part of your life anymore. Okay, so it can be a lot of things for a lot of you there, but because I'm also getting things like for some of you, it may be related to a traumatic childhood and things like that as well. That you're binding yourself to that toxic pattern, because you're kind of, it's that limitation, that fear that that's all I deserve, because that's all I've experienced, that's all I know, therefore that's all I deserve, that's all I will get, and that's what you're attracting. That's kind of the main thing for me here, is that this is that message of concern. The message of concern is that the more you stay trapped in this energy, the more you're inviting that energy back in different forms, which is what we need to be really careful of with this, okay? But we'll have a look with the Lenormand as well. Sagittarius, shadow work for our Sagittarians, please. Okay, so we have the city coming through first. So this is you sort of it's a frenetic, fast paced kind of energy where you're trying to distract yourself from this a little bit. I feel with that city energy, but it's kind of like it's I'm getting that line out of that song. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. And the city energy is like the cage that you're keeping yourself bound to, because you're just rehashing the same energy. You're stuck in this infinite loop of walking the same streets over and over and over again. You're having trouble breaking free from. It's like you can't escape the city. You're stuck in the city. You like I'm seeing that I'm seeing like a city map, right? Like a map of city, and it's just a big mess of roads and laneways and things, and you're stuck in that, and you can't get out of that because you're kind of keeping yourself trapped, and you're going around in circles. Every time you think you're finding the exit, you're going back to I was just down this street. You're keeping yourself very, very trapped, and it's a very frenetic. I can't get out. It's like a big maze. I keep getting that line. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. That you're just feeling as though this is like the rat race kind of energy where you're stuck in there, that you can't get out. You can't break free. You're bound to this toxicity, that this pattern that you've kind of stuck yourself in from this fear. So it's kind of asking you here. We also have the clover and then the hourglass. Okay, so this is actually kind of asking you to, take some time to yourself. You take a chance on time. Take a chance on giving yourself time to heal, is what I'm getting from that. And as soon as you actually stop, because this is busy, 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 this is coming through as time stops for you. And as soon as you actually stop and give yourself time to heal and time to actually consciously think of this and think of what, go deep within yourself and work out, this is what's going on for me. Like, you need to stop. You just need to stop and take some time to yourself. I'm strongly getting this message here, Sagittarius, that, the busier you keep yourself and the more that you're running around trying to find the exit, that's what's making it harder for you and continual, like, perpetuating this cycle here for you, because you're not actually just stopping, finding inner peace. And, no matter what that looks like for you, just stop and take some time to yourself, specifically to allow yourself to escape this cage, that you need to just stop and take a few days to yourself, curl up in bed for a few days, build a blanket for it, set an hour a day for yourself to just go and have a bath and think about absolutely nothing. Take some time to stop and actually, maybe even talk to somebody on a professional level about what's these memories and this nostalgia and these limitations and fears. There's just this need to stop and focus. Take the time for yourself, not to worry about everything else that's going on around you, but to just sort of stop, take a chance, take a risk to just take time, to yourself. And that's really going to help you actually start to move forward and actually start to find this exit here for yourself. Okay, so like I said, it's going to mean a little bit different for everyone within that the collective, different situations, of course. But there is that, with that coffin energy, there is that rebirth there for you. You just need to sort of slow the F down and find it, and turn that energy, on its head and find your way out of this maze that you've trapped yourself in here. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, especially your moon sign. do leave a comment, and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But for now, moving on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to shadow work? Shadow work for our Capricorns. I'm going to grab both the oracles out for you here, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to shadow work, please? Wow, I love this. This is actually really positive energy. So it will be revealed as to why this is shadow work for you, Capricorn. You're really close to something here. We have high honor. Okay, so this is all about, you know, I feel like this is, you know, gratitude and celebration. One of the other cards I've got here is party, the external party card. So I do feel as though this is you actually stepping outside yourself and actually honoring yourself and honoring your life and how far you've come. And I feel like this is the thing, you know, when you're going deeper within yourself, you're not giving yourself enough credit, is what I'm getting with this high honor card, that you're not understanding how honorable you're acting or honorable your placement in the world is. That people look at you with, you know, other people are giving you high honors and you're not actually receiving those. You're so close, Capricorn. I'm struggling to actually grab the full message because I'm a Capricorn myself, and it's like I'm super close to, you know, grabbing on to exactly what this is, but I can't, because I'm in the same boat as you here, that it's right there for the taking. It's like it's something that's like right on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't get it out. This full moon is going to bring it out though. Okay, so, you know, come back in a couple of days and I'll probably be able to tell you. Not gonna lie, but because we do have epiphany and breakthrough, so it's so close. It's so close, Capricorn. But it's got to do with, I feel like it's showing yourself honor, celebrating yourself, having gratitude for yourself, and, you know, maybe how far you've come, you know, honors that you have received in life in general, you know, the things that you've achieved, that you maybe thought you wouldn't be able to, that you're needing to stop and get outside of yourself for a moment with that external card there. It's all about, you know, celebrating, but looking at yourself from an outside perspective, getting outside yourself in order to, you know, it's kind of like I'm getting this energy. I'm getting this message here, and I'm going to do this myself after I've filmed this reading. Sit down and write, you know, imagine that you're not you, and write a description of yourself from an outsider's perspective. So sitting down and writing down, what have you achieved in your life? What sort of person are you? But from somebody, like from an outsider's perspective, from someone's perspective who maybe doesn't even know you. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know all the struggles you've faced along those journeys, but looking at, this is who I am right now, right here. This is how I am perceived. You know, get outside of yourself and look at yourself. It is kind of what you need to be external to yourself. Set yourself aside and I feel like that's going to be a really good activity to get to the bottom of this, and enable you to have that breakthrough, that epiphany, about your higher self here, because we have the higher self and the activation card that I've seen this. I've seen this energy for Capricorn, for the last couple of months. A lot of Capricorn energy, going through that activation process. And, it's something that, for a lot of us, it's not overnight process. It's a spurt here, a spurt there, where there's moments where you're really in touch with your higher self. And then there's moments where you're like, fall back to old habits, those sorts of things. It's been coming through in the energy quite a lot lately, but you are so close to this breakthrough, with your higher self and activating yourself on a whole new level. This full moon, Capricorn, I'm just sort of intuitively feeling here that this full moon is important for you. This I don't know about you guys, but that last, like the eclipse season at the start of April there, my personal life and has just been sort of, the energy has been snowball effect ever since the start of the month. Things have started, rolling and getting, slowly getting a bit more momentum in my life. And I feel like this is a collective thing that, there's been signs of things sort of starting to snowball. And the energy is there and it's about to go boom. Is kind of what I'm getting for the collective. And this particular full moon, it's in Scorpio, okay? So Scorpio is, getting deep down into our emotional selves. It activates intuition. Okay, so really listening to your intuition and your higher self at the moment as well, Capricorn. I feel like a lot of the Capricorn collective, your intuition and opening up to your intuition is just so strong right now, that there's a lot of spiritual growth coming through for you, Capricorn. So grab onto that and it's going to help with this breakthrough, this epiphany about who you really are. About deepening your spiritual growth and where that's taking you and all those sorts of things. The other interesting, I do have one more card here, which just trying to get a clear read on that. We have the main male energy. So I want to ask you, Capricorn, use your intuition right now so you yourself can determine which part of the collective you're in with this main male energy. Because for some of you, this is about how, especially those of you who, are interested in males or masculine energy. Like, for example, if you date men, regardless of like, I don't normally genderize, but with the Kipper cards, it's a bit hard. We do have genderized Kipper here, and this is asking you to really look at how masculine energy is important to you. So for some of the collective, this is how is masculine energy important to you within you yourself. So that's like the boss energy within you, the regardless of gender, this is your boss energy, the way that you hold back on being vulnerable and emotional and those sorts of things. Very reserved, kind of, cold kind of Capricorn. I only care about money, I only care about work, which we all know that's not true. But that masculine side of yourself, why is that important? And for others of you, this is that masculine energy external to you. Why is that important to you? Why, how do you deal with masculine energy? Why is because I just keep getting the same question. Why is it important to you? Is it important to you to have a masculine partner, to have masculine role models, to have masculine, this may be connected to, for some of you, this may be connected to issues between you and your father even, or like a role model type male in your life, like an older brother, a father, a grandfather. Why is that role important in your life? There's something about that you need to look at as well. So whether that's, you know, external to you or part of you yourself, that you're needing to look at that masculine energy, and why is it important to you? That question just keeps coming through. Why is masculine energy important to you personally? So only you can answer which side of that collective you're on. But I'll get some extra cards here, Capricorn. Sorry, my little dragon has come in to say hi to everyone. He's too far for me to reach, so he's just watching me. Capricorn, shadow work for Capricorn, please. Pretty much confirming what we've just been talking about here, Capricorn. We've got the coffin, which is talking about death and rebirth. This is, you know, the breakthrough. This is the breakthrough, is the center point of this coffin energy, that who you were in the past has ended. That is not who you are anymore, Capricorn. You are transforming into, you know, this brand new version of yourself. Your higher self has been activated, and you are, you know, being reborn. Your whole life is being, for some of you, your whole life is being reborn. That, you know, the door has closed on that, whatever that is for you, those negative things that you know, immediately think of as part of who you are or where you've been in life. That is over and done with. That has ended. That has had a spiritual death. You're about to have this breakthrough where you'll be totally reborn, transformed energy. Okay, so that's actually really positive. We see the bear energy, which I quite frequently associate with Capricorn. This is once again that masculine kind of energy. It can be both, you know, masculine or feminine, but I am getting a masculine. I am getting that main male energy again. That, why is the masculine energy important to you? For some of you, you do actually need to nurture that masculine energy within yourself and really work on setting up firmer boundaries. But this is you coming into your power. This is your inner strength, your inner power coming out full force and holding you to this house energy, which is, you know, finding stability within yourself, finding stability within your spiritual self, within this higher self stuff, within, you know, the honor of yourself, you know, being very secure and stable. This epiphany, this breakthrough is it's coming through, giving you stability long term. You're standing up for, this is what I want, this is who I am. Because the house can quite often reference you yourself as well, where, you know, each little part of you is a different room within the house, and the house is you as a whole. So once again, I'm getting that message of, you know, stepping outside the house and drawing the house as a whole, you know, rather than focusing on, I'm this and this and this and this room all put together. No, I am this as a whole, getting external and you know, it's solid, it's structural, it's strong family coming through with that as well. That there's a strong stability coming through when it comes to what you are wanting with family as well. So there may be, that may be part of this breakthrough as well, something connected to what you're wanting when it comes to your desires of family stability as well. So that may be something for some of you as well here. I can hear that little lizard jumping around everywhere, getting into all my stuff now. He's just crawled over my feet, and now he's over this way instead of in front of me, so I can't see him. That's what we have for you though, Capricorn. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Moon sign's going to be quite strong with the full moon as well. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. I am just going to quickly pause, sort this lizard out, and then we'll move on to Aquarius. Okay, so moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know for their shadow work? Okay, and I'm just going to grab out both oracle card sets before we get into it. Aquarius, shadow work for Aquarius. Shadow work for Aquarius. Make sure you do leave a comment on one of my videos, guys, so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. Starting us off, we have the Great Fortune card. We also have courtship coming through as well. So, you know, straight away with the Great Fortune, you know, it does talk about financial stuff. So, you know, the need to look at financial stuff within yourself, how you deal with financial issues. I am seeing here the guilt and sabotage energy. So I feel like for a lot of you that, you know, these are all intrinsically linked. The way that you're dealing with money and finances is linking up with this courtship energy where, you know, it's hard to explain what I'm sort of talking about, that there's some guilt or self-sabotage that you're doing to yourself here that, you know, I feel like for a lot of you, it's telling yourself that your financial situation affects your ability to engage in courtship type things. So courtship is about not just, you know, romantic courtship, but it's about you know, the way that you court your financial self and the way that you you know, court different possibilities into your life. You know, courtship is, you know, it's the dating kind of thing where it's, you know, it seems to be it's coming through in a way that's like hard to explain here. But like I do feel that for some of you, this is romantic type courtship and your ability to, you know, court people or be courted by people. There's some sort of financial impact happening here with that. And for others of you, this courtship is like entering into business deals, your fears around entering into business deals and courting different opportunities, that's the word. So it's like the opportunities that you're courting within yourself, that, you know, are you taking opportunities or avoiding opportunities? You're kind of not allowing certain opportunities to come in, and you're not entertaining those opportunities because of this guilt, this self-sabotage sort of stuff that, you know, that with the guilt and sabotage card, there's this energy of telling yourself that you're not worthy of courting those things in your life, of courting this opportunity. I don't deserve this opportunity. I don't, you know, I will F it up. You know, especially when it comes to financial stuff, for a lot of you, there's this strong connection with the financial stuff as well. So, you know, for some of you, like I said, it definitely could be romantic courtship as well, where it's like you're refusing to entertain certain people because, you know, they're not in the financial position that you want them to be. And vice versa, feeling as though you're not in the financial position to, you know, you're not worthy of that person because they're in a better financial position or worse financial position. So you're not entertaining those people, limiting yourself to what you're entertaining into your life because of this, you know, it's deception and temptation coming through here as well. So it's this deception that you're not worthy of something, or that you feel guilty if you entertain something that you perceive as unequal, or you're not worthy of that. But that's a deception. Okay, you're falling into the temptation of guilt and self-sabotage, you know, by not entertaining these things and not feeling capable of you know, entertaining these business ideas, these romantic, you know, propositions, opportunities, whatever it is in your particular situation. We also have the third eye and clarity card coming through here. So, you know, with this full moon, I feel like this is really coming into clarity for you, and you're needing to sort of ask yourself what's going on for yourself here with this, in a very esoteric kind of way, in a very spiritual way. It's not a physical issue. It's a spiritual issue. It's got to do with something going on under the surface of yourself that is stopping. For example, if you're someone who's like, why am I not getting the money I deserve? Why am I not getting more money? There's something that you're needing to look at within yourself, that you're actually sabotaging your opportunity to, get that promotion or move into a more financially stable position. Because, deep down, you're not actually willing to entertain that opportunity. You're not actually allowing it to come in full force because of something within yourself, questioning whether, feeling guilty. If I get this, do I even deserve it? Am I even going to be able to, do this sort of thing? So you're sort of deceiving yourself that this isn't happening for me, but at the same time, it's not happening for you because it seems to be you that's putting that energy out there into the universe that this shouldn't happen for me, is what I'm getting there. But we'll have another look with the lenormand here as well. Okay, shadow work for our Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about shadow work this month, please? Especially with that third eye clarity card coming through, the hidden energy I've got on the bottom of the deck, we've got the mirror and then the tree. Okay, so you are really going to start looking yourself in the mirror and, questioning yourself, what do I need to grow, heal within myself? So that's very positive to see that there in the hidden energy, that you are willing to, work on these things within yourself. You're willing to sort of ask yourself the hard questions, look at yourself hard in the mirror and say, what am I doing that's causing this? What's deep within me that's causing this? Because, I do see sudden changes coming through here. We've got the scythe energy there. So this is you, suddenly, unexpectedly being able to see with clarity, this is what is causing that. This is what I'm doing that is, subconsciously making this occur in my life. And with that sudden change, we see the lily and the moon coming through. And the lily and the moon both talk strongly about your emotional self. So this is you really, really, choosing to make changes emotionally within yourself and be more open and vulnerable with yourself and more true to listening to what your emotions are telling you and listening to the truth of your emotions and being very intimate with yourself and saying, look, if I want these changes long term, I need to, dig down deep and listen to my third eye stuff, listen to my intuition. What is it telling me that I need to focus on here? From memory, Aquarius, you guys are one of the ones most affected by this particular full moon, and it is all about digging deep down inside ourselves, and you need to do so in a way that you're looking at the underlying emotions within yourself that are leading you to self-sabotage. Okay, so with that deception temptation card there is this big strong part of you that is trying to tell yourself, I'm not self-sabotaging, I don't do that. But we do see that you need to look at yourself in the mirror here and be very honest and open and vulnerable with yourself, very intimate with the truth of who you really are here. Go dig down deep and make those changes, because everything else is going to fall into place from that. But there's your intuition is trying to tell you some things here as well. Especially when it comes to your intuition is trying to tell you, look, you're deceiving yourself about that. Listen to that, and clarity will come. I feel as though this is something that only you can see about yourself, Aquarius, that I can tell you what this is about and, what I'm seeing here in your shadow work message, but this is something you really need to, get emotional about and really assess your own emotional self and where these emotions are coming from and how you are actually self-sabotaging here on a subconscious level, and really sort of getting down into the nitty-gritty of yourself, and everything will, become clear to you. And you do seem to be very, very close to being able to move forward through this, and then it's all about being this entertaining options, entertaining opportunities, especially financial opportunities. I am still picking up for some of you, this is romantic opportunities, that you are subconsciously rejecting these opportunities because you are feeling that you don't actually deserve these opportunities. So give you something to think about there, Aquarius. But that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, especially your moon placement. Like I said, leave that comment. You'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But for now, we will move on over to Pisces. Okay, Pisces. What does Pisces need to know in regard to shadow work? What does Pisces need to know in regard to shadow work, please? Pisces. What does Pisces need to know in regard to their shadow work? Grabbing both the Oracle decks, or the Kipper and the Oracle, out for you immediately here, Pisces, and then we'll sort of get into the nitty-gritty for you. Okay, Pisces. Pisces and shadow work. What does Pisces need to know for shadow work purposes, please? Seeing some it's actually a more positive message for you here, Pisces, I feel. Entering into a new, I'm just sort of intuitively picking up, you're about to enter into a new stage of your life here, Pisces. So I feel like your shadow work this month is all about tying up loose ends and preparing to have some changes coming into your life in the near future. The reason I sort of really feel this is because, we do have the change card, the courage to face the changes that are coming in for you, the courage to embrace change. Change can be very uncomfortable when it happens, because, it's new, it's different, it's not what we're used to. So it's facing change with courage, having the bravery to understand that change can be a really good thing. You can't have growth and evolving stuff within your life without change, and sometimes change happens in the uncomfortable ways that are necessary to enable the positive to come through. But we do see the rebirth card. Okay, so that does talk about winter. It is the winter card, which is all about rebirth. So I do feel as though this is it's coming through as, in winter you will experience your rebirth, is what I'm kind of getting. That's when the changes start to enable you to be reborn into this change, or you'll start to notice the changes, or you'll be reborn as a new version of yourself from the things that have changed you. When I see the seasons, I do read them as my own. Okay, so winter is actually what are we? We're in it's the end of April now, right? So the end of May, June, July, August, okay, is winter here in Australia. So that would be the time period we're looking at. So very, very soon. This is why you're preparing for change. You're preparing for this rebirth. You're preparing to become a new version of yourself, because what I'm seeing here, I'll show you this one as well, because we have release, surrender, purge. So that's what we're sort of in the process of doing at the moment within ourselves, Pisces, is, releasing the things that no longer serve our highest good, purging that negative energy from our soul, our self, so that we can surrender to the change that is coming and have the courage to face the change, to face the rebirth of our whole kind of life. I kind of feel for some of you here, this is going to feel like a whole new stage of life for you, a whole new era for you, Pisces. I have here the official person, as well as mature woman. So I am seeing these two energies coming through, both people energies. They're both person energies. For some of you, these are two separate people, one of them being you. But for others of you, this is all you, okay? So take it as it resonates for you yourself here, because for some of you, this is, regardless of gender. I don't like to read gender, and as we see a masculine and a feminine in those cards anyway. So for those of you where this is all just within you yourself, we are seeing that you are maturing. You are becoming a more mature version of yourself, and you're actually starting to, become more authoritative of yourself and who you are and where you're going, and you're taking control. You're becoming a much more mature version of yourself, where you are really, taking control of yourself and where you're going here and what you want to be reborn into within yourself. This official person, it kind of tells me that, for some of you, this may be like a total life change where you actually are, getting a job or something where you are some sort of official person, so that may be relevant in the near future for some of you, where you are actually, getting some sort of official type job. But for others of you, it's more like a lifestyle, a state of being, where you wear your badges of honor. You've been through whatever you've been through in your life. You've got those badges of honor that you wear with pride. Yes, I've been here. Yes, I've done that. Yes, this is who I once was, but now I am this mature woman who is proud to stand tall as I am. Look at me. I'm Pisces. I'm standing officially as, this is the reborn version of myself. This is who I am. This is who I'm proud to be. So it's coming through very interestingly. I am seeing that this month, it's your shadow work this month is really just all about that releasing, that surrendering, that purging, any unfinished business, any loose ends within yourself, any shadow work that you have been working on already, healing that you've been working on already. It's just finalizing, tying up the loose ends for yourself at the moment. For a couple of you here, I am feeling that for majority of you, this is you yourself. But for a couple of you here, we are seeing that mature energy is still yours, but we are seeing that this is also somebody outside of you that is able to sort of guide you at this time. There's like a more official type person in your life. They're officially your mature person that you look up to for guidance. So it could be like with both of those there. It could be a mother or a father figure, a grandparent figure, or like a boss figure in your life that you know that you'll know that that's for you, if that's you, that there is someone there that is helping you, guide you through this change, and guiding you to have the courage to step into your true self here and release and purge anything that's no longer serving you as well. But we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Pisces, what's going on for Pisces with their shadow work, please? Shadow work for Pisces. That is, I'm getting pretty much the exact, I've set the cards down on top of those yin yang oracles that we were just looking at, and each one is actually, emphasizing the yin yang oracles. So we've got the change and courage card, we are seeing the city energy, which is all about, it's this busy, frenetic energy. It's a lot of things happening all at once, so it's kind of feeling very fast paced. Like a lot of these changes may take place very, very quickly. All right. So be aware that a lot of these changes may happen very, very quickly in your life. So having the courage to face them as they sort of, swirl around you and bang, 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 bang. All right. We do have the rebirth, winter energy. We've got the goat sitting with that. Okay. So the goat is, I feel like this is you rebelling a little bit against these changes and this rebirth. I feel as though this is something that you've been rebelling against. Not so much still, but you have been sort of rebelling against this a little bit. The goat really is, it's you've been a bit stubborn. Not going to lie, Pisces. It does feel a little bit stubborn. So, these changes it's like these changes are going to happen so quickly. That's why you're being asked to have the courage, because it's kind of like the universe stepping in and taking control here. And because you've been a little bit, rebellious and stubborn about accepting this rebirth within yourself. All right. So I'm kind of reading that as that. It it can link to a few other energies here. So I do feel the need to just let you know, with that goat energy there to just be wary and think about the way that you can, be reborn in certain energies within yourself. So if there's certain things that you find you're a little bit obsessive about, or that may be addictions within your life as well, whether it be actual addictions or just that obsessiveness addiction type thing. There's a lot of addictions that people don't recognize as addictions. Like, you may be addicted to the idea of a certain thing in your life, the idea of a certain person in your life. It's asking you to face those sort of things as well, and stop being so stubborn about that obsession is what I'm getting for a couple of you there. When we're looking at that release, surrender, purge energy, the card that has come out on that is the mice, which is the things that stressed you out, the things that still eat away at you, the losses that you've suffered in the past. This is past stuff. This is what you're needing to surrender and purge out of your system here is, any loss that you're holding on to, anything that you're still allowing this to eat away at your energy in a negative kind of way. The mice sort of take away from you here. And that's why you're purging and releasing these things, these losses that you've suffered in the past, the stress that you've been under in the past, needing to surrender that to the universe and release that, purge that from your soul here, Pisces, because it's eating away at your energy, and it's stopping these changes from occurring and allowing that rebirth to happen. All right, so be aware of that, Pisces. But this is what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, especially moon signs being quite strong with the full moon readings. But leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And I'll move on over to our Aries. Okay. Okay, hi Aries, how are we today? Sorry if there was a weird little edit there. I'm not going to lie, this is actually the second time I am doing the Aries portion of the shadow work reading today. I did attempt to do that along, in sequential order there, but it showed through some personal stuff. I'm an Aries moon myself, and I do have somebody in my energy who is an Aries, and it was, bringing through personal messages between myself and that person. So I wanted to just sort of reset and focus on the Aries collective. You guys don't need to be knowing all my personal drama, but so that was very, and it was some direct messages to that specific person. So obviously they must be watching the channel if I'm picking up on that energy so strongly. So hi. But yeah, it's not my place to alter their free will at this stage. I don't want to be, I'm a very controlling, forceful type person, so I just felt that was coming through heavily in that particular reading, and I don't want to be forcing people to do something that they're not ready to do. It was just a little bit too confronting and personal, so I'm just sort of redoing that reading and trying to focus much more on Aries collective rather than that specific person's energy that was coming through. Okay, so sorry if there was a weird little glitch bite there, but I may end up having to do this video in 3 sections anyway, because my battery is getting a bit low there as well. But getting into it for you, Aries. Sorry about the word vomit. Okay, Aries collective. Aries collective. What does Aries need to know for shadow work? I'll grab the oracle out for you as well here, Aries. Okay, Aries collective. What does Aries collective need to be aware of for shadow work? Okay. Okay, it's not as strong this time, so we'll roll with it. Okay, it's still doing it to me a little bit here. Like I said, I'm an Aries moon, and this person that I have dealt with in the past is an Aries. So, sometimes I do pick up on that energy in the collective, and I am definitely picking up on that energy today. But obviously, it is part of the collective energy. So a lot of you may have very similar sort of things going on in your own life. We do see the thoughts card first and foremost. You can see that in this particular image, it's the gentleman sort of thinking heavily about this person up here in the portrait. But we do just see you here, Aries, that you're very, very heavy in your thoughts, and you are, really exerting that free will and Aries sort of stubbornness here, and forcing yourself to stick to logic and reason, okay, which is kind of the opposite of what this full moon is all about. This full moon is all about, digging down deep into the emotional, softer sides of ourselves. So, you are sort of, it's kind of showing me like a bit of a fight between the logic and the reason, and your spiritual nature, your intuition trying to, show you through emotion that there's a lot more that you're needing to balance out. You can't just, overthink and overthink and overthink and overthink without actually taking the emotional component, the spiritual component into balance with that as well. So if you are feeling, especially with this full moon in Scorpio, if your intuition is telling you something coming from your emotional side, you kind of need to listen to that at the moment, and throw logic and rationality out the window a little bit. Get out of your head and get into your heart is what this full moon is all about, and what your shadow work reading is all about here, because we do see that this message of concern coming through as well. So this is kind of interesting card to be seeing in the shadow work readings, because it is kind of actually telling me here that, there's this message of concern from, the universe, from God, that if you continue down this path, that, like, it's kind of like God is kind of trying to say, if you continue down this path, I don't know if I can keep helping you. God is worried that you're out of control. Your free will is just too much, and all of a sudden, you're going to lose that spiritual protection and connection. So it's coming through as a bit of concern from, no matter how you want to think of that, whether you think of that as God or, the universe or Mother Earth or whatever it is for you in your particular beliefs here, it's showing concern from that side of things, that I don't know if I can keep helping you here, Aries. You need to help yourself by getting out of your head and getting into your heart, and learning to follow your heart instead of listening to, all this ish that your brain and your negative self-thought is trying to tell you here. Okay, you're kind of stuck in your thoughts, overthinking things, and it's leading you down very dark paths, and leading you in the wrong direction as well. The more that you're overthinking things, the more that you're thinking only of the negative potential here. You're not seeing the potential positive coming from these things as well. So very, very interesting. We have here the earth signs coming through. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Once again, I had to come out in the Aries reading, right? When I with that little mention, I am, as well as the control card. I did say I was a bit of a control freak and tactics. Okay, but this is you. This is you up in your head, trying to control your emotions by staying in a very logical zone, staying in your thoughts instead of your heart. That's the overwhelming message here, is getting out of your head and getting into your heart space. Okay. I feel like for those of you where you're not connecting to anyone who is an earth sign, that's merely talking about, needing to ground yourself and, balance the head with the heart. You can't really be in connection with your soul if you're only in your headspace. Reality is in the headspace, but there's so much more than just what we see as what's in reality, and you can't experience that if you don't ground yourself, balance yourself out with the heart space as well. Okay, so it's kind of asking you to stop controlling your emotions so much, and stop forcing your emotions down in a way, and not looking at the true emotions that you're holding here. We do also see decisions. I feel like for a lot of you, there's a decision that you need to make, but because you're forcing yourself to stay in your head zone and what you're telling, because this is what I'm getting with the reality and this message of concern, is that it's trying to tell you that reality is only one little part. It's like reality is of your own making, and you're making reality this very rigid, structured, controlled thing, where there's a lot more to life than actual reality. It's kind of asking you to get into outside of your reality. Get outside of reality. Like, reality is also just like because it keeps throwing me concepts like the whole idea that we're living in the matrix and all those sorts of things. Okay, so you're allowing that to control you right now. It's kind of like you're allowing yourself to get stuck in the matrix, and you're not actually seeing that there's a lot more to life than just that you're ignoring the true energy, the true spiritual side of your life at the moment. So you do need to make some decisions. Some of you know exactly what decision you need to make, but others of you, that's that decision to get out of reality a little bit, check out of reality and start living in illusion and manifest, like manifesting. Start living in your dreams and what it is that you dream and desire. Stop telling yourself that reality looks like this, when if you're in that heart space, reality can look completely different to that, because that's when you start to manifest your own reality in different ways, and deciding to sort of move down into your heart space and to really access your spiritual self as well. Okay. Okay, Aries. What does Aries need to know in regard to shadow work? Aries collective for shadow work. Aries collective. You're stuck. Okay, we have the anchor telling us that you're stuck. Okay, once again, that there's a side message of needing to ground yourself. For someone here, there's this message that earth sign is your anchor. They are, a part of you. You can rely on them and you can depend on them more than you allow yourself to believe. We also see the crossroads, which is that decisions card straight over again. You're at a crossroads of your life. You're at this turning point where you're kind of choosing between these two energies. The crossroads in the middle is the decision. And here's where you are. You're choosing, do I stay on this current path where I'm just completely stuck and nothing ever changes? My reality stays the same. Or do I choose to enter into this reality where I transform myself into, a better version of myself? I evolve, I grow, I change. That's the moth card there as well. So we all know the moth is the final evolution, caterpillar, chrysalis, and then moth. So this is where you transform yourself and you become, the Aries that can fly and really, soar to great heights. And if you choose to stay here, this is where you're going to stay. And the other choice is to make these decisions, release some of that control of your thought process here at the moment, release a little bit of control and get down into the emotions and really, really transform your whole entire life here, Aries. I feel like the universe knows that some of you're exerting your free will very strongly, and there's a bit of stubborn energy coming through with that, and that's why we're seeing that message of concern. The universe is concerned here, very, very concerned that you're going to choose to stay stuck, and it's trying to tell you that you deserve more out of life, and you can have more out of life. You just need to choose that for yourself. Okay, Aries. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Moon sign usually quite strong during the full moons and the shadow work readings. Please leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. I'll just take a timestamp here and we'll move on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. How are we, Taurus? Just looking at your shadow work. What does Taurus need to be aware of for shadow work? Shadow work for Taurus. Grab your oracle out as well, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Shadow work message for Taurus, please. Okay, so Taurus. We're seeing the occupation card. Okay, so work, Taurus. You're a few of you here are like questioning your occupation. That has come out with the courtship energy, okay, which is not necessarily just about, being courted romantically, but it's also being courted by, different occupations and different opportunities. I feel like for a lot of you here, this is what you're being asked to look at is, the opportunities that are trying to court you, so to speak, the opportunities in your life that are trying to come in for you, that you're kind of pushing away. You're trying to control these opportunities in some kind of way, and you're focusing on opportunities that you may have lost as well. It's very interesting here because I do have the masculine energy, so we do see you being very controlling of this is what I have to do. It's like your occupation is feeling like responsibility, and that you're so regardless of whether you work or not, this is like something that's you're trying to control everything, and you're taking it in under your wing as this is my responsibility to be in control. to try to not be emotional about things. You're trying to control your emotions very heavily. I can sort of feel that one there. But you're like taking it on as work. This is like, I have to do this. This is like some big responsibility, and it's forcing you to miss out on different opportunities in your life here. These opportunities are trying to come in for you, and you're trying, and I feel like for some of you, you're actually trying to court opportunities that you already, subconsciously know they don't match you, but you are courting those opportunities merely because it allows you to keep control. It's very interesting because I do have the memories and nostalgia coming through there as well. So some of you are being, and there's this side message that with that coming through there, that some of you are trying to control your memories of when I had this opportunity, or like looking back fondly on when you first got this opportunity for all this responsibility, and that's why you're like feeling like you have to control it so heavily. Whereas I feel as though there's this message of like releasing the control a little bit here, and just allowing this to, happen at its pace that it's supposed to, that it's not going to fully blossom into, a full-blown romance, whether it be, not romantic at all. I'm just using that as the terminology. It's not going to fully blossom for you while you're too busy looking back at how to control this. I should have controlled that aspect. I should have put in more work. I should have put it, it's very interesting. It's asking you to kind of loosen up a little bit. I've also got the messages and dreams card coming through here. So this is letting me know that you are also being courted by your intuition. That, you are receiving messages in your dream state at the moment, that your dreams, your true dreams and desires are trying to court you, but you are too busy courting power and control. That kind of feels like the important part of this message, is that your true dreams are trying to connect with you and court you, and enable you to actually follow your true dreams and desires. But you're kind of too busy looking back at the past and looking at control and power rather than your true dreams and desires. Okay, but I feel like the lenormand is going to sort of, I feel like maybe I haven't worded that the best, so I'm sorry if that doesn't make the best sense, but Taurus. Shadow work for Taurus, please. Yeah, so it's showing me the same sort of message as what I was trying to convey, but like in different batches of keywords and terminology here. So we'll see how we go this time. We've got the whip. Okay, so this is like an internal struggle for you. This is, there's a bit of self-punishment going on here as well, where you're punishing yourself. You're trying to control yourself. That's where that control, the power dynamic, I've got to take responsibility. I've got to take control here. Beating yourself up where in the past you haven't been able to take control. It's causing you a lot of inner tension and conflict. You're sort of fighting yourself here, and that needs to change. We have the scythe coming through. It's asking you to make a run for it, make a break for it from that that conflict, that control, that that power struggle within yourself here. You need to make a sudden sudden break from that, and make a big change, unexpected changes in your life coming through here, and head towards this candle energy. Okay, the things that burn within you, the burning passion and desire within you, you need to break free from the struggle and head towards the things that that eternal flame within you, the things that you have this burning desire for, that you want to be a part of your life long term. And for some of you, you're kind of hiding from that. There's something within you that you this true dream desire that you want, that you're kind of hiding from a little bit because you're trying to control every little aspect of everything else around you. I do also, on the bottom of the deck, we see the astral card as well. So that's once again linking to that dreams card. So with the dreams and the astral both showing themselves, I do feel that for quite a lot of you, especially with this Scorpio full moon being very heavily about intuition, and it is in Taurus season. So, it's going to be very heavily affecting you, Taurus. It's showing us that your intuition is trying to talk to you. Your intuition is trying to show you the way. You may even be having actual dreams or astral projection type, daydreams that are trying to show you the way, trying to, get through to you here, Taurus. And you do have this passion and desire for something deep within you that you need to stop controlling that and stop holding back on that. Okay, but that's what we have for you, Taurus. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, especially your moon sign with the full moon energy. Leave a comment so that you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we'll move on to our Geminis. I'm just going to pause quickly and then we'll move on. Okay, Gemini, shadow work for Gemini, please. Shadow work for Gemini. Straight away, I usually have been drawing the oracle as well, straight up, but I'm getting a very clear message from this, and I feel as though it may be separate to other things that may come out once I draw the next batch of cards for you. We have community and we have message. Okay, so those ones are both coming out with the Kipper, and it's straight away telling me that you're holding back from your community, that you're not allowing your community to support you, and so your friendship groups, your friends, your family, your loved ones, they want to hear from you, Gemini. There's this element that you're denying your community at the moment, so that they need your support just as much as you need theirs, and there's something in the energy where you need this support and you are denying yourself this support. So straight away I kind of want to ask you there, Gemini, what's going on with that? I feel like it's you denying the support that you deserve, and the support these people around you, they want to have messages with you, they want to communicate with you, they want to help you, they want to support you, and they're willing to understand and whatnot, and you for some reason are avoiding that. Okay, so straight away that was what wanted to come through for you here, Gemini, but we'll have a look with the yin yang oracle and then move on to the lenormand as well. Shadow work for Gemini. At the bottom of the deck, we're seeing the integration and union. So yeah, you're avoiding those unions. You're avoiding allowing people to get too close to you at the moment. We have the guarded and the vulnerability. So you're just being very, very guarded at the moment here, and not allowing anyone to get close to you. So you're not showing your true vulnerabilities. You're not showing your true self, and not communicating that with the people around you that do love you and want to care for you. We do see the summer card, which is all about growth. Okay, so sometimes they do read as, connected to the seasons. That one is actually not. It's just talking about, the need for, inner growth, personal growth here. And it feels as though your community can help you with this healing and growth, to help you, grow these vulnerable sides of yourself and show yourself to the world, and you know, that there's no need to be so guarded, especially when it comes to, you know, it's one thing to, you know, be guarded and protect yourself against the people that you don't know, but it's another completely to do that to friends and family, the people that are there for you, that love you, and they need your support as well. So but we do see a storm coming as well, Gemini, unexpected. Lightning striking that house there. So there's something that is going to come in and shake you up to your very core, and force this growth, force you to rely on your community a little bit more. You if you're avoiding that already, you won't be able to avoid that for much longer, because there is something unexpected that's going to come through, especially with that message card as well. You know, something is about to occur in your life, Gemini. It may not be you specifically. It may be somebody around you that's kind of forcing you to let down your guard and connect with your community again. Maybe because something's going on for someone in your community there. But there's, you know, it's lightning striking that house, and the house always symbolizes, you know, your sense of stability and security, your place in the world. So there is something unexpected about to occur. Pardon me, Gemini. Shadow work for Gemini. Shadow work for Gemini. Whoa, that's like way too many cards. So for some of you that you may be already experiencing shifts to the stability, the security around you. The anchor does talk about you being a little bit stuck. It's come through with the mice as well. So it's kind of stuck in the past, stuck in a moment, stuck in the past, stuck in your growth, stuck in this guarded energy. It's weighing you down. The past is weighing you down and stressing you out, and I feel like this is why we need, you know, because the anchor also does talk about, you know, the people that can anchor you through the storm. There's anchors for you through this storm that's coming. And that's that community. That's the friends and the family, the loved ones that want to support you and you know, be your anchor and be reliable and dependable for you, and help you get through any loss that you're suffering in your life, or have suffered in your life. Quite a lot of and I just got a notification pop up saying an unexpected surprise may pull you from your path. That was actually an Aphrodite reading. So you may want to check that one out, Gemini, if you know Aphrodite. He's also on YouTube. He's awesome. I love Aphrodite. He's one of my favorite readers, and he's like usually super on point. And he predicts a lot of celebrity stuff. And he is like usually really, really on point with what he says as well. So there may be something for you in that particular reading, because it had the word unexpected on that notification. And this is what I'm reading here, that it's something unexpected is going to be shifting things here, and it's something that you're going to have to let down your guard a little bit and allow these people around you in a little bit more. Be a little, you know, you're going to be, and I feel like for some of you, you're going to be entering into, you know, a very vulnerable stage where you need people around you to protect you and support you. We do see the book as well. So there's something unknown with this storm energy. There's something unknown coming through. There's something that, it's like a new chapter starting for you, a new phase of your life. And whatever this unexpected thing is, it's going to, like, it feels like it's going to change your whole outlook and the whole narrative of your life. And you need a support system. That why are you not relying on your community right now? It just keeps wanting me to ask you that. You know, you need to rely on them now, before you need them and can't rely on them anymore. When you're the most vulnerable, you need them to support and protect you. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you here, Gemini. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. Your moon placement, very good one to be watching during the full moon readings. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But for now, we will move on over to our Cancer Nation. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, shadow work for our Cancers. What does Cancer need to know for shadow work, please? Oh my goodness, Cancer. I knew it would come through. I knew. With the shadow work readings, I'm always telling everybody, you know, it's the full moon readings. Always check your moon sign as well. And I was doing the Aries reading. I actually had to film it a second time and redo the whole reading because it was bringing out a certain energy there. With a certain specific person that I know, and they are an Aries with a Cancer moon, and I've got the exact same card I got for Aries has come through for you here, Cancer. So it just kind of proved to me that, you know, the moon signs at the full moon definitely are just as strong as your sun signs. So you're more than welcome to check multiple placements and check your moon sign as well, you know, but what we're seeing here, we've got the thoughts energy, and we do have imprisonment as well. So we are seeing sort of immediately here for you, Cancer, that you are trapped in your own thoughts. Okay, imprisonment. You're in a prison of your own thoughts. You're in a prison of your mind. Of, you know, and when we're talking about mind, it generally does refer to the matrix, that is reality, all right, rather than you know, the spiritual components of life, rather than, you know, heart space, your soul. We see reality and logic and reason, and your thoughts and overthinking things, and you're putting yourself in like you're in imprisonment. You're imprisoned in your own mind. You can't escape reality. At the moment, it's you're needing to escape reality and spend some time within your heart space, within your soul, you know, getting down to the deep core of who you are, not just reality of this is what life looks like, but the reality of what could life look like? What do I want life to look like? How do I feel honestly, deep down? The truth of my soul is not to be found in your thoughts and in logic. It is deeper within. Okay, so we'll see what is coming through with the Yin Yang Oracle. But for those of you who do have strong Aries placements, it's feeling very similar. So there may be something for you in that that reading as well. Okay, Cancer. Shadow work for Cancer, please. Your shadow side. We're doing shadow work. Look at this. Shadow side, moon energy, and the dark night. So it's like the dark night of the soul. That this is the turning point in your life where you face your shadow work. You face the darkest parts of yourself. You face your shadow. And you incorporate that into who you are as a whole. Looking at yourself as a whole, balancing yourself out, you know, mind, body, and spirit, balancing it all into who you are, rather than being stuck in reality and stuck in, you know, thoughts. needing to balance it all out, and really listening to your spiritual side at the moment as well. Especially with this particular full moon is all about listening to your intuition. Every full moon, our intuition usually is a little bit stronger, but this particular one in Scorpio, it's all about deep, deep, deep down and listening to your intuition. Your intuition is so strong when the moon is in water signs. Okay, so there's 3 times every year where we're in a water sign full moon, and this is one of those. Okay, especially coming off that eclipse energy at the start of the year. And we're in the sign of Taurus at the moment as well, which is very muchly as above, so below. And you're avoiding the as above side of that. You're avoiding the spiritual side of that, and you're only seeing the as below. You're not realizing that there's totally different projections of reality in energy. Okay, so I'm going a bit cray there, but we also have the feminine, which is really showing us that you really need to delve down into the emotional side of things. Once again, it's very reminiscent of what I saw for Aries here as well. The emotions, the feminine side, nurturing your emotions, looking after your emotions, listening to your intuition. We also see the sun energy. Okay, strength and empowerment. That's where your strength is. Your strength is down within you, in your soul, in your heart. It's not in your head. Your strength and your true personal power is not coming from your thoughts. It's not coming from being logical and rational. It's coming from who you truly are deep down. Okay, so needing to embrace your emotional side, the things within your emotional self that are hard to face. That's what you're needing to embrace. This dark night of the soul. You're right on the cusp of a turning point for yourself here, Cancer. With the dark night of the soul coming through. Yes, it's tough. Yes, it's hard as hell. Okay, it's something that is one of the hardest points of your life to go through a dark night of the soul. But on the other side of that, you come out into the sun. So we're seeing that shift from the shadow side, the dark night, to being out in the sunlight. Warmth, empowerment, happiness with the sun. Your true self coming to light. All right, so it's definitely there for you. It's just a matter of getting down to it in your heart. It's coming from your heart. Okay, but we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Cancer, follow your heart, follow your intuition. Cancer, shadow work for Cancer, please. Start taking actions, Cancer. The hidden energy on the bottom of the deck, we've got the clouds, which is your thoughts. We have the masculine, which is the logical, the rational side of yourself. Standing in that, sitting in that. We have the tree that needs to grow, that needs to heal and be balanced with the feminine side of yourself. You need to look after yourself in a new kind of way, where it's actually looking after your true emotional self, your vulnerable self, facing that shadow of yourself and starting to take actions here to do so. We have the rider. So the rider is, riding off into the sunset here. You getting on your bike and going for it. No matter how hard the journey may be, it's time to start the journey, and it's time to get up on that bike and ride off into the sunset. We saw the sun there, so it's time to even if you have to ride through the whole night, you'll come out the other side into the sun. So I feel I am getting a pretty direct message here too, but I do feel like that's linked to that Aries reading once again, where it's telling me to ask you. It's time to show up and get started. Go to that person for some of you. Go to your heart. We have the rose here. No matter, once again, that even if you have to drive through the whole night to get to that sun, even if you have to, pick a bunch of roses and be wary of the thorns, there's this beautiful rose that blossoms for you at the end of it all. This is romance as well. It does talk about, it's not just romantic love. It's unconditional love. It's a deeper kind of love. It's you blossoming by connecting to the softer romanticized parts of yourself. Getting on that bike and riding through yourself and through this prison of your own making, and getting down to the beautiful, the center of yourself. No matter how many thorns you have to go through, you're gonna get a thorn in your finger on the way. It's unavoidable when we see the rose a lot of the time, but it's worth it for the rose. It's worth plucking and having that thorn in your finger to get that rose. Especially when we see that backed up by the stork here as well. So the stork really talks about stirring you into action, stirring things into action. And for some of you, stirring shit and stirring people up, stirring things up, stirring energy up, stirring your heart up, stirring your emotions up, so that you can get through them, so you can travel through that dark night. You may need to stir some shit up, and within yourself, within relationships, within your life. Get out of the prison of your mind and think of new ways, new things that you haven't thought of yet. Think of the positive changes that could come. The stork empowers new energy, and we're seeing you trying to shift into a more emotional. Try to think of new ideas on how to do something. If you're stuck on how to do something, how to achieve something, think of the most left of field way of doing it that you possibly can. For whoever that other message was for, you literally need to get on your bike and show up with roses in hand. That's what you need to take to this person, a big bunch of roses. If it's me, don't buy me roses, buy me plants. They last longer. Buy me a rose bush. Jokes, okay? But no, that's what we've got for you, Cancer. And we just love plants, right? Every Cancer I know has actually, been very good with plants as well. So I do love that about you, Cancer. Whether that's you personally or not, like you may not even realize that, but you just have a natural affinity. Even though you're a water sign, there is a natural affinity with plants for Cancer, I have found. There's a few signs that Sagittarius is another one that you wouldn't associate with gardening, but they're very, very good gardening people. Very, very attached to it's not that you're attached to plants, it's that plants are attached to you. And all plants need water to survive, right? So maybe that's why Cancer and plants, they need that element as well. Bit of a random junction there, but that's what we've got for you, Cancer. Check your other placements. Leave a comment on one of my videos so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And I'm going to move over to our Leos. Okay, Leo, what does Leo need to know for shadow work, please? Shadow work for Leo. Grab your oracle out as well, Leo. Okay, Leo, shadow work for Leo. Interesting, Leo. On the bottom of the deck, we have the breakthrough, epiphanies. Definitely headed your way, Leo. Okay, we have change. Change. A lot of change is about to occur for you, Leo. We're going to see reasons to celebrate, gifts and abundance. All right, celebration, gifts and abundance. You can kind of see this is like there's something in the palm of your hand being lit up here. This is what that is. We've got the balance scales here, the scales of justice and karma being served, apology and forgiveness being asked. Karma, justice, balance is finally found its way to you. There's a reason for you to celebrate. Change is on the way. I'm also seeing concern. Why are you concerned about change when it's coming through so positive for you? Are you concerned that this is not going to change? Because it is. Why are you so concerned? Leo, you may be placing too much concern into this. I want to say your concerns are unfounded. I feel like your shadow work message here is to tell you to stop worrying so much, to stop being so concerned about everything, that, allow things to happen and they will change for the better. The more concerned you are with them, the harder it is going to be to get to the celebration, the abundance phase. Some of you need to forgive yourself as well. There's some forgiveness that you need to offer yourself as well here, Leo. I keep wanting to say the same things. Like, why are you so concerned about something that you don't know how it ends? Why are you so concerned about something that hasn't happened yet? Or, like, you seem so concerned about the future, but you don't know what the future holds, Leo. What I'm seeing, the future holds positive changes for you. It holds balance and, things weighing out and justice being served, apologies being given or asked of you, forgiveness being offered or asked of you. You need to forgive yourself for, like, I keep getting control as well, that you're trying to control the outcomes so much that it's actually stopping these positive outcomes from coming in. So you need to just sort of embrace the changes, good and bad, even if it's uncomfortable. You're kind of needing to embrace change. I feel as though you're very concerned about change because you have a fear that change is not going to work in your favor. But it's unfounded. You don't know yet, Leo. Feel like you're very concerned with things that have not happened. It's not giving me a clear story with that or aspect with that. So hopefully the Lenormand gives us a bit more detail here. Leo, what does Leo need to know for their shadow work, please? Because, for shadow work, that's actually quite positive. Clarify that first card, please. we have the rider clarified with the ship, okay? So this lets us know that start moving. Don't hold back. Start that adventure. Start that journey. Get up on your horse and ride off into the sunset here. Stop worrying about it and just do it. We have the snake and then the clouds coming through here as well. Your thoughts are deceiving you. There's something about self-deception in your thoughts that, this concern, overthinking things is causing more concern about the potential changes than reality. And you're overthinking things way too much here. And instead of thinking about it, just do it. Just do it. That's my Nike card. Embrace the change. Don't fight the change. Start that journey. Get on that bike and ride through the night and see where you lead yourself. Cancer had a similar kind of message there as well. So if you've got strong Cancer, you may want to check that as well. Your thoughts are deceiving you. The way that you're overthinking things is deceiving you into believing your thoughts is reality. But it's not. I'm seeing positive. You're seeing negative. You know what I mean? Like, you're only seeing the negative outcomes. You're only seeing the negative change, the negative things that could happen. You're too concerned. Your concerns are totally unfounded. I'm seeing positive changes here. So it's asking you to just sort of get into it. Just get into it and get going. Stop worrying so much about it and just do it. I feel like it's different things for everyone within the collective, but big changes this way come. All right, so don't be afraid of them. Don't be concerned about them. Embrace them. Allow them to change your life, because they're going to change your life for the better. Karma, justice, love it. Balance, awesome. But that's what we have for you, Leo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move over to our Virgos. Virgo, what does Virgo need to know in regard to shadow work? Shadow work for our Virgos. I'll grab your oracle as well, Virgo. I don't mean to roll my eyes. I'm just seeing very similar cards all day today. It's like there's a whole deck. There's a whole deck we can use, but no, the same cards keep coming out. Obviously, there is a greater collective theme going on this full moon. A lot of people dealing with similar issues, just in different ways. Virgo. What does Virgo need to be aware of for their shadow work, please? Okay, I'm getting a couple of messages here. The first message we're seeing, we have the imprisonment card here, Virgo. We also have great fortune. Okay, so you are locking yourself away from potential, especially financial potential. You are trapped in a prison of your own design when it comes to your finances. Okay. It's not clarifying what that means. I'm going to get some Lenormand directly on that. You're the first one I'm actually clarifying these cards for. I'm just usually waiting until I do the Lenormand portion. Clarify imprisonment and great fortune for Virgo. Why imprisonment though? Right. We have that clarified by the fish, which is finances, abundance, and wealth. So that's that great fortune. We're looking at, definitely looking at the financial aspects of your life. We see the star. So with the star, we're looking at what you wish for financially is what you're stopping yourself from gaining. Because, you know, I'm kind of getting, with what I'm seeing here, the next card that has clarified that is the beetle. Okay, so this is kind of coming through in a dual sense, because the beetle is showing us what this prison of your own making is. It's that you are feeling as though it's work, 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 work. Okay, you're imprisoning yourself in this idea that you can only achieve what you wish to achieve financially through working hard and just working and working and working and working. But the way to break free from this prison is also in the beetle. Beetles don't work alone, Virgo. It's about teamwork. Seeing family, home, commitment, teamwork. You can't do this alone. Your financial goals, you need to embrace your family, your a commitment to people, not just yourself. The beetle, they work together. You're working alone at the moment. That's why you're imprisoning yourself from your financial goals, from your financial dreams coming true. Whether that be, for some of you, I feel like it's that you're only focusing on your own independence and like I, rather than we. And others of you, it's literally that you feel as though you're the only one focused on this goal, this desire, whereas you need to actually, commit to bringing other people on board, making this a family goal, being more committed to working as a group, as a team. Focusing on, and I feel like for some of you, there's a message here too, that focusing on your family, focusing on your home, rather than focusing on this financial wish, dream, and is actually going to help growth with the finances. So focusing more on other commitments other than your financial commitments, focusing on your family and your home life and the commitments that you've made to people, does seem to be furthering your financial aspects. Just as a playoff, you're focusing too much on financials, not enough on other aspects. We do see growth, okay? So this is going to take a little bit of time. We do see the summer energy there. So it is going to take a bit of time. Summer, I do read the seasons as my own, and summer is December, January, February. So, by the end of the year, that's when we'll start to experience a lot more growth financially. So right now you need to be focused on other commitments other than finances, okay? Because if you overextend yourself and only concern yourself with finances, it's going to continue to imprison you and hold you back. All right, it's being a prison of your own making there with the financial stuff. Okay. We also see air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there may be a specific person in your family, and family is a lot more than blood. It's your tribe, the people that are around you, your loved ones, friends, family, sometimes even co-workers. So embrace this air sign. They can probably help you a lot when it comes to meeting these financial goals. So a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius is actually going to be more beneficial for you to focus on them, and helping them and them helping you, than what we're sort of seeing with you alone here, Virgo. Okay, so you don't have to do everything all by yourself. But I'm just going to grab another lenormand here. Let's see if we can get some extra input here for Virgo with shadow work. We have the goat. You're being very stubborn, Virgo. You're not wanting to bring anyone else in. You're wanting to do everything all by yourself. We've got the octopus there. That's you trying to put 8 little tentacles in 8 different pots and thinking that you're going to be able to do the best job at everything. No. You know, if there's 8 different jobs, you need 8 different people to do those jobs to the highest level. You can't do everything by yourself. It's teamwork again. You need teamwork at the moment. You really need teamwork. And we also see the stork, which is, you know, stirring up new ideas on how to get that teamwork, how to help others, how others can help you. They have really good ideas and advice that can help you, especially when it comes to financial stuff for you, Virgo. All right, so that's what we're seeing for you, Virgo, the need for teamwork, and asking yourself, you know, what's stopping you from allowing people to help you? Why do you feel as though you have to do everything all by yourself? Coming through pretty strong there, Virgo, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading, and we will move over to Libra. Libra, last but not least today, Libra. It's been a long time since you guys have not been either first or halfway through a reading. You're actually last today. I did start with Scorpio, being that it is a Scorpio full moon. Okay, Libra. What does Libra need to know in regard to shadow work? And I'll grab your oracle as well. Shadow work for Libra. Shadow work for Libra, please. I'm seeing a person here, Libra. It may be yourself. No, I don't think it is you. But I am seeing the air sign card. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So, you know, obviously you're a Libra. So, but they may be another Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius. I do feel as though this may be somebody else affecting you at the moment. And this is part of what your shadow work is about. We have the privileged lady. And we also have the family room. Okay, so this person is very likely a member of your family. You know, family not always blood. It can just be, you know, the greater group of people that are around you. And that privileged lady energy, it's you know, I usually do read that as more of like somebody who's like a friend. But I feel as though this may be somebody within your family that I'm just feeling this energy here, Libra, of you kind of looking at this person like, why does everything work out for them? Why do they get all the privileges? Why does all the luck, you know, land in their lap? Kind of, I'm getting that. What about me? What about me? Like, what is it about that person that they get everything and I miss out? So we're being asked to look at that with your shadow work, Libra. Because what we're seeing here is limitations and fears. This is what's holding you back. This is why like, this is what's holding you back. Your limitations are your fears, that you're actually bound to this pattern and this toxicity, because no offense, Libra, I hate being confronting sometimes with these readings, but the toxicity is the way that you're looking at this person and saying, why do they get everything? Why do they have all the luck on their side? Why is everything falling in their lap? I want to ask you for your shadow work here, Libra. Why does it matter what they get? Why are you worried about what they get when you should be worried about yourself? It is kind of what's coming through here, is that you're putting so much energy into caring about somebody else. It's like that, keeping up with the Joneses energy, that you're so busy focusing on this other person, this other energy. Whether this is, it may not even be someone you even know. It may just be, people in general. Why does everyone else have an easy go of it? Whereas here I've got to, do this and do that. And I still don't have all the things that I want. Like, you're looking outward too much instead of looking inward, Libra. You're placing too much value on other people, and I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of jealousy I feel as well here, Libra. That, and this is the toxic energy, is you keeping yourself bound to that pattern. The more that you're looking at other people and what they've got, rather than what you've got and how you can actually, increase your own self and remove your own limitations, you're engaging in this pattern, and you're never going to receive what you want if you continually are focusing elsewhere than yourself. If you're wanting to manifest positive things for yourself, you need to be focused on yourself and manifesting those things for you, not just because that's what so-and-so has got and I want what they've got kind of energy. So I'm sorry this is so confronting, Libra, but this is what I'm getting. Your fears that you're not good enough is putting a limit on yourself, and it's forcing you to, it's forcing you to look at other people and compare yourself to these other people, when really the only person that you should compare yourself is yourself. The only limits that you have is the limits that you put on yourself, the patterns that you bind yourself to. Okay, so rough, Libra. Sorry, but it's I'm not someone who's going to sit here and not say what I see, like, no matter how confronting it is. Sometimes the things that are hardest to hear are the things we need to hear the most. Libra, what does Libra need to know in regard to shadow work? What does Libra need to know in regard to shadow work, please? We have the birds, okay? So having these hard conversations with yourself, Libra. Having those hard conversations with yourself. We have the bear, okay? So this is very interesting because the bear is the way that we protect ourselves. We stand in our own power and put up boundaries between ourselves and others. You're not nurturing yourself. You're crossing the boundary into another bear's territory. You've gone from protecting yourself to being defensive and being on the offense rather than protecting. Okay, you need to have a clear conversation with yourself about crossing this boundary within yourself and put up strong boundaries for yourself, rather than continually, roaring at anyone that gets too close and, being ready to rip anyone's face off. You need to back down a little bit, and be that sweet bear that, that's got the honey and is nurturing, protective, not defensive, roaring, big scary bear. That's how your wishes come true. We have the star there as well. You need to set boundaries for yourself with your own behavior around this looking outward stuff. Okay, you're crossing your own boundary, and you need to have like a deep conversation with yourself about setting some clear boundaries just within yourself. How you can stand in your own power, yes, but not to the point where you are this big scary bear, where you are a soft, cuddly teddy bear. That's how your wishes come true, okay? Because there's this element here that if you sit down and have that big D&M with yourself, your true desires and your true wishes, they may not even be anything to do with what this person is getting. Who cares what they get? It's not what you want. It's not in line with your true desires. It's in line with their own. Their desires and their truth and their wishes are different to yours. Worry about yourself, not them. Don't allow yourself to cross that boundary where you're caring more about what others see or what others get, because that's just limiting you to toxic patterns, binding you to these toxic patterns, allowing your fear that you're not keeping up with the Joneses enough. Okay, so I know that was really confronting, Libra, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. Your moon sign quite strong during the full moons. Please leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do appreciate that. And hopefully I will see you all again soon.